if it goes out the door that way, then it means we both screwed up.
Right. More you than me.
Yeah. I'm trying really hard not to curse on this one.
That's what. Oh, so that's what all the ums and stuff is for.
Probably. And that's when you screwed up.
And welcome back to the Riley Black Project, Crystal and John.
Hey,
gonna start things off a little differently.
Yeah.
Because we mentioned our
just briefly, but I wanted to give him like time of his own.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to find a time during a conversation with a guest.
Right.
So anyway, this is a custom, I guess, decor piece that I got from a guy on Instagram that I've been following for a while. He makes a lot of like ice cream sculptures out of resin and other kinds of materials, I think. But he just makes some really cool stuff. And like I've always liked the like spilled or like melted kind of look.
Right.
And he was doing one. I think he posted one that was like metallic silver or metallic gold or something. And I messaged him and I was like, can you do like black and red? And he was like, yeah, totally. And I was like, what about metallic red and matte black? Because you know,
right, two different.
Like, yeah, it's, you know, you can do black and red, but you may not be able to do metallic red and matte black.
Right.
And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Right.
So yeah, his name is Jordan Jolly on Instagram, but he spells Jordan a little differently. Let me see. JOURDANJOLY is his handle on Instagram. He actually just did a really cool installation of a bunch of melted cones at one of his local airports, I think. So that was one of the latest things that he posted. It was really cool. So congrats to him on that. And thanks again for our awesome sculpture. I'm not quite sure where to put it, but I think it actually looks kind of cool in the middle of the table.
It does.
So yeah, but now we'll go get our guest and then stay tuned for the life update at the end because we have some exciting news.
And this decor here is to hide. This way we can like you know sneak peek.
Yeah.
So this decor here is because the real decor is behind
it, and we're not done yet.
Not finished.
Yeah,
we didn't finish in time. So.
But I'm excited. Hopefully, it looks like it. Yeah, it does in my brain.
It looks pretty good. Good. Yeah. So.
All right. So.
Let's go get our guest.
All right. BRB.
Welcome to the revolution in laser engraving. Introducing Lens Digital, the creators of the game-changing Paden rotary attachment. With the Paden 4.0, you can turn ordinary cups, tumblers, glasses, and more into extraordinary masterpieces.
Looking to engrave niche items or want the functionality of a Chuck rotary? Look no further than the Paden Grip, Lens Digital's Chuck-style rotary. With a range of different sized jaws, you can easily engrave a wide variety of items. All Lens Digital products are compatible with most CO2 and Galvo lasers and were designed specifically for the laser industry. All that paired with the best-in-class customer support, Lens Digital is your one-stop shop for all of your rotary needs.
Transform your laser engraving game with Lens Digital, where makers succeed. Unleash your creativity today.
And don't forget, we are proud Lens Digital affiliates as well. If you're shopping, code Riley Black will take $50 off any order of $600 or more.
Speaking of all things laser, check out Houston Acrylic at houstonacrylic.com for reliable laser tested and laser approved materials.
Made for makers by makers, Houston Acrylic features over 450 styles of acrylic sheets. With over 50 new arrivals being released this month, Houston Acrylic is committed to bringing new and innovative styles to the laser community. My personal favorite is the matte. Anything matte. And I feel it's perfect for everything.
Don't forget to save 10% by using our exclusive coupon code TRBP10 at checkout. Get inspired today and visit houstonacrylic.com.
Do it.
And we're back with today's guest.
Who are they?
Tabitha and Paden.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good.
Had to check in. Make sure you're good.
How old are you?
14.
Wow. So what grade are you in?
Going into freshman.
Oh, wow. High school.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That's 7th? 7th grade?
10th.
10th?
9th.
9th. Oh,
I was
wrong.
You guys have little ones. You're way off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're barely in
We're
first grade. So
we're going into first grade.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me about your laser experience. How is it having a mom with a laser and a small business?
It's really cool. She gets to make awesome hats whenever I need them. And
Yeah.
when she first started, she started doing like s'mores and all that. She'd laser cut on them.
Mm,
We'd always have something cool to eat.
yeah.
Mhm.
So who have you given your mom's hats to?
Mr. Weaver.
Oh, yeah. My teacher.
But she gets all of her friends' gifts like laser engraved. She
Mhm.
makes sure that they're personalized, and
Nice.
she tells me what she wants and then kind of just walks away.
Yeah. Nice.
So
No
she puts it in
payment
order.
or nothing?
No, she's broke.
That sounds about right.
I mean, if she pays her, it's just like her money coming back.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just the smile. That's all I need.
right. True.
And good grades.
Right.
Right.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
So what kind of things have you had engraved for your friends?
Earrings, mostly.
Okay.
Like notebooks.
Oh, yeah, notebooks. I don't know. I think that's not really much.
Have you had any have you guys done any engraved pencils?
No.
No.
Me either. So what your mom told me that you've used the kind of like, I don't know that you've used it directly. Have you used the laser before?
Mhm.
Oh, nice. So what have you done with the laser?
I made coasters
Mhm.
for
what
the
was
Kitten cafe. I did.
So tell me more about the kitten cafe.
It was like a cafe we had in our living room that would help raise money so we could help the kittens out. Right?
Mhm.
And when was that? It was during COVID, right?
Yeah.
So what made you want to do that?
I don't know. I've always loved animals, and I wanted to help the kittens out a lot.
And were they like struggling because of COVID, or what was going on?
All the shelters were closed, so they were
Oh.
relying on families to house the cats. And so she had a mama cat and 9 babies.
Woo!
So she had to help the mom feed around the clock.
Wow.
And she had them since they were 4 days old. And yeah, when came time for them to be adopted, they still couldn't go to shelter. So they're again relying on us to get the word out there.
Right.
And so we invited people into our house and just put like the cat tree right in the middle of the room and handed
Nice.
people toys and let them come and give
cool.
donations. And she gave them a coaster to commemorate it and just raise money so that I think you raised enough money where 3 of them?
Yeah, I think 3.
3 of them were fully covered. So whoever adopted them didn't have any fees.
Oh, nice.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
what did the fees cover? Like care and like spay or neuter? Or
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you keep any of them?
Yeah. We kept
How many?
2.
2.
One's laying over there.
Nice.
So was it? So I mean, given that it was COVID and it was in your living room, it was all virtual. How did you
No,
guys-
no, we just had like time slots for people.
Okay.
Okay.
We just kind of had like the chairs spread out and had windows
Right.
open and whatnot. Did our best, but I don't
Yeah.
think anyone cared at that point. So
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
And then so you also used the laser or the laser community as well to raise money for what was that? What was health something? Spine surgery?
Spine surgery, yeah.
Okay. And so what spine surgery did you have to have?
Scoliosis.
Ooh, that's pretty serious surgery. And so how did you use the laser community for that?
I don't really remember. All I know is that they were like very supportive when it came to it. I was having a hard time, and they helped me out.
Yeah.
yeah, I had posted in one of the groups just asking for ideas that she could make to keep herself busy because she wanted to do something creative.
Yeah.
And
So what
more-
was she limited in like what she could do and she was trying to look for stuff to keep her busy, or
this was all before surgery, so it wasn't
Okay.
a limitation, just
Okay.
knowing that surgery was coming up and
Right.
she was kind of going stir crazy and that we were going to go to Disney World, and she was insistent that she really wanted to try to pay her own way for that.
wow.
Yeah, she's a go-getter. So the community just stepped up and just said, here's some free files for her, and then Remember what Casey Cruz did?
Oh yeah, he donated wood, right? Acrylic.
Nice.
Yeah. He
Awesome.
said, pick out whatever you want from the shop. I'll send it to you, and just send her materials so she could start just jump in and have her own business.
What'd you make?
Bookmarks, earrings,
Magnets.
Really. Oh yeah, magnets.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing to make?
Probably the bookmarks because they don't come out different.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you use like did he send like pattern ply or any of that to do? Nice.
Cool.
What patterns did you use?
Galaxy mostly.
Oh, I remember those actually now.
Yeah.
I remember the Galaxy ones. Yeah.
That's cool. So was that your first time with the laser during that time, or was it the kid?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all kind of just went together.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all around
So
the same time.
how was it when you were using the software and going through it? Obviously, your mom was by your side, but how did you find it easy? Was it difficult?
It was kind of difficult because I didn't really know what I was doing, but my mom helped me out most of the way.
Yeah.
Nice. Is it something that you feel you would do again, and maybe take over the Laser
Yeah, I was gonna
Llama?
say, are you gonna have a laser business when you grow up?
Are you gonna be the laser baby?
Laser.
Oh my god,
Mom,
the Baby Llama.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Hey, she's not counting it out. I'll take that.
Yeah, right.
Well, so do you know what you want to, like, what career path you want to go into, or not sure yet? Yeah, I didn't know until I was like
I didn't know either.
in my mid.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I didn't figure it out until in my 30s.
Right.
So
I won't tell you how I figured it out because it's not exactly the message Tabitha wants. How I figured it out. So we'll just say I kind of fell into it. Attention all laser owners and crafters. Are you tired of spending hours cutting, painting, and assembling laser products? Look no further than Crazy Laser Dad Laser Ready Blanks.
Their high-quality blanks are expertly sourced, tested, and ready to use with your lasers. Say goodbye to the hassle and frustration of time-consuming projects and hello to more time creating and selling.
Plus, with their wide selection of items, you'll surely find the perfect blank for all your customers.
So, what are you waiting for? Visit crazylaserdad.com today and take your laser crafting to the next level with their laser-ready blanks.
So Tabitha, how was it seeing her use the laser and basically emulate you a little bit?
It was just such a proud mom moment. I mean, I set things up for her on the Glow Forge, but I was able to walk away and just say, okay, you've got this. Don't burn anything down. Here's what you do with Crossfire. Like, scream for me. But she had it down. She just needed some starting points, and she definitely had that sense of accomplishment when it was done. And she kept a couple of the coasters for herself, and her grandparents have them. And just seeing everyone excited about getting this thing. They're like, oh, we just came to donate for these kittens and have some kitten time. But if you're going to give me something that I can remember this by, that's cool too. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do your friends think about like the gifts and stuff that you give them?
They think they're really cool. They want more a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come over and like, oh my gosh, she has so many earrings. Okay.
Do you I mean, I guess I could see if like my friends were like all obsessed with it, I would kind of be like, oh, because to you it's normal. You're used to seeing all this and all that, but like to friends and like, I mean, family and friends of ours that come see it, they're all like, they have tons of questions. So your friends have a lot of questions and stuff, or yeah. Do they want to play with the machines?
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, hey, can I see your machine, or you have a laser or something?
Yeah.
Sometimes a new friend she'll show them the office, and then they'll just spend too much time in here, and you can tell she's really over it, but they want to know every single inch of the office.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Especially like a younger kid, who'd be like, "All right, so can we move on to because she sees it every day, and they're like, it's brand new to them, so they want to know all the things." So, would you? I mean, you've already started your business. Have you done anything with that since, or was it just at the time, and now you're more focused on school, or?
It was more at the time. I've been wanting to put more focus towards high school because that's pretty big.
Right.
So really added anything to my
Yeah.
business.
It's a little important.
You do the bracelet.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I mean, it all depends on how the shop is doing.
What do you mean?
How important it is.
Oh,
Because if the shop is blowing up, then I mean, take some money.
no, high school. That's for me. That's college.
Yeah.
You have high school is required. You got to finish that.
Yeah, you got to finish eventually. You got. We're making money. We're making
Paden,
money.
don't listen to him. He's
We're making money. The money comes and goes. So when it's coming in,
it's
Yes.
just child labor.
it's not child labor. She's running her own shop
Still child.
on her own. She's laboring herself.
I see what JR is in store for when he gets older.
I mean, only if he's making money.
I can't with you.
Uh.
So, how are you feeling after your surgery? Because that was what, a couple years ago now?
Yeah, I was 2, and I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the recovery?
It was long and
Yeah.
exhausting, but I think, I don't know. It was.
They bounced back so fast. After 2 weeks, she was in the backyard doing archery.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
I wanted to do that
wear,
after
like,
knee surgery. So
For like a really long time.
what was that?
I said, don't you have to wear like a brace for a really long time? No.
No, we're after surgery.
No, the brace is to try to avoid surgery. It's
Oh,
like when you have a young tree that's growing, but it's like leaning, and you have to like put braces on there. Yeah, same
right.
concept.
Okay.
Yeah, her
And
whole
then
sister's in a brace now, so she gets to help her sister through all of that.
The what?
She gets to help her sister who's now wearing a brace, so she gets to give her, sympathy and tips and tricks.
So is it something that is like runs in the family then? Is it genetic?
Yeah.
Oh. Ugh. That's just my Rindy.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter had scoliosis and had the surgery as well. I just remember how rough it was, like just before and like immediately after. She was in like quite a bit of pain after the surgery, but once you recover, it was like night and day from before the surgery. It's just getting through that that point.
So is it archery just for sport, or do you go archery hunting?
Mostly for fun.
Fun.
You gonna do
You do some hunting? I don't know that.
No. No.
just on the weekends when you're not watching.
You just
Just-
wonder?
Yeah, just on the weekend.
Just in the backfield. It's not a big
just
deal.
hunting the rodents or
Yeah.
out here it's legal to hunt iguanas.
Yep.
Does anybody do
Yeah.
archery?
No, it's
No?
usually pellet guns.
Oh,
It's easier because they're so fast.
they are
Yeah,
really
yeah.
fast.
And if you lose an arrow, that's a lot more expensive than a pellet.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you have any more like laser work like in your future, or do you help like your mom with any orders or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been helping my mom with packaging and shipping lately.
Okay. And so do you just pack up like the finished hats, or you do any assembly?
Mostly just packaging hats.
She'll put like the stickers on hats and whatnot before, and she pulls all my orders now. So she kind of does like the prep work, and then she's the whole shipping department now.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
You and me have the same job.
Well, I do the shipping, but that's because
Yeah.
I verify it.
Yes.
But he pulls all of my orders.
I pulled the orders.
Yeah. So then 2 people touch it, and we make sure that we hopefully get it right.
She
But
catches
there's-
my mistakes.
Sometimes. Sometimes I don't, or sometimes I'm alone for whatever reason. I pull them myself if there's only a couple, and that could have been when some mistakes happened too.
It's great for me when she makes a mistake.
Because it's not just you.
Because then I'm like, okay, well, she made the mistake too. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, if it goes out the door that way, then it means we both screwed up.
Right. More you than me.
Yeah. I'm trying really hard not to curse on this one.
That's what. Oh, so that's what all the ums and stuff is for.
Probably. And
It's
that's when you screwed up. I got it. So I wonder, I mean, it's really good for fundraising. Do you do any fundraising for school and use the laser for any of that?
I do, yeah.
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 So what do you do stuff with the schools, and what do you do with them?
Yeah, we do hats and tumblers for our local schools, and then we just run them all through our website. Well, for the most part, we give them that option, and then they'll get $5 back per item.
Oh, nice.
Once that all closes, and then I'll handle the shipping or local pickup for them, so they don't have to do anything with the fundraiser except for announce it.
Nice.
The other thing I do with it is if they just want to buy wholesale, then they'll just get like the best discounts I have.
Right.
And then they can handle the whole fundraiser, which gives them more profitability, and they
Right.
can also set their prices higher. And
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's a little bit less work for you too.
so much less work.
Yeah. Because you don't have to take care
If you
of
look at my website, I have like all these sections for fundraiser. So people are going through and picking what they're looking for.
Yeah. And so it's mostly hats and tumblers, you said?
Yeah.
Do you ever do any earrings?
Not for the fundraisers.
No.
I feel like that would be good. But I don't know.
Might be a distraction.
Yeah. Do you plan on being an entrepreneur?
I don't really know. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
She's had a lot of good ideas over the years. A lot of business startups that she wanted to do. Just hard to sustain it when you need to focus on school or sports or whatever that may be. But right now, she's been doing a lot of the clay bead bracelets and chokers.
Oh, nice.
So hasn't really taken off too much, but again, she's just doing it in her spare time, not really pushing it. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, so I got my first job at 15. It was literally on my 15th birthday. Because I remember when I was filling out the application, he thought I put the wrong birth date. He thought I put like the day as my birthday, that I like mixed them up, and I was like, no, it's my birthday. And he was like, what kind of birthday is this? I was like, well, I want money.
Gotta make that money.
Yeah, because like, I mean, obviously my mom would give me like some money, but there were things that I wanted that she didn't want to pay for. And
Right.
one of them was nails. And because that's like a regular occurring thing. She's like, you're not gonna start getting it. I'm not gonna pay for your nails every 4 weeks or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I got to get a job if I want to pay for that. So, but I feel like I would prefer JR to do something like this, where he would make something and then turn around and sell it as a job, instead of like, going to an actual job, because it was kind of hard to manage sometimes. I mean, at 15, I don't remember, it was something like, a max of 15 hours a week or something like that. It's not a lot by any means, but I mean, it's a lot when you're trying to make sure that you fit in homework or, assignments, essays, social life. I'd rather, him probably spend that at home, and then it's, more flexible as a job.
Right.
To fill in that and make some money for snacks is what he always wants to get money for now. So he's in summer camp right now, and he was like, he went to the movies one week, and he was like, Mommy, you didn't send me any money for the movies so that I could get popcorn. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, next time you have movies, let us know, and we'll send you with some money for some popcorn. So he had movies, a couple of days later that next week. And so
once a week.
Yeah, and he said he wanted $10, and I didn't really want to give him $10, but a $10 bill is all I had, so I kind of had to. And then he comes home with this small bag of sour Skittles, and that's all he got for $10.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Right. I was like, no more. And I was like, first of all, did you get popcorn? And he was like, no, just the sour Skittles. And I'm like, okay, you do not need this much sugar, and especially not this much sugar for $10.
Right.
So
he probably gave the guy the $10. They gave him the Skittles.
Yeah, and then
he didn't wait for change.
Yeah, and I'm like, is there any like, do we get any money back? And he was like, no. It was just, I was like, it was an even $10, and he was like, yeah. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know.
He probably didn't come around for the change.
No. And then he was supposed to go to the movies last week, and he couldn't go because there was too many kids. So, and that week I only gave him $5.
No, you only gave him $1.
Well, I gave him $1. I made him give up the other
His
4.
Tooth Fairy $4.
Right. What did he do with that, by the way?
It's back in his bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all 5 are back in his bank.
All 5. Oh, so he got $1 from
He
it.
got $1 from me,
Okay, I'll allow it.
but no popcorn. So
No, yeah. But like he'll all the time, anything. I don't even know. It doesn't even have to necessarily look handmade, but he always will pick something up and be like, "Did you make this, mommy?" You can make like legit
everything.
anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, my friends do it too. I'll give them like some.
Yeah. Oh, you
some
made this?
box or yeah. Oh, you made this?
No.
Yeah. No.
Bought it.
I can't make everything. I'm creative, but I can't make it all.
At least he's got confidence in you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a car. I didn't make that.
Right. Right. So what kind of coasters did you make for the cafe?
They were like kitten themed, so they had like a little cat lizard head on them.
Were they wood?
Cork.
Cork. Cork is. I love working with cork because it's really easy. It doesn't like you. There's not a whole lot of cleanup. As long as you get your settings right, you don't have to do much of anything. They're really durable.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make some cork ones for our house.
Yeah, we didn't make a lot of stuff for our house. We never make anything for our house.
I know.
And by we, I mean you. Oh, is that one of the holdbacks?
Yeah.
Backs.
Isn't that what they call it?
I
They
don't
call
know.
them foster fails.
Yeah. What's
I think
is it a
holdbacks
girl
are-
or a boy?
It's a girl.
How old is she?
She just turned 3.
Yeah. What's her name?
Sheldon.
Sheldon. Nice. How'd you come up with the name?
It was the name that she had for the litter.
Oh, okay. Well, is there
Alright.
anything else that you wanted to talk about while we're here?
Logo there.
Oh, this is my logo.
See if you can get it in focus.
To turn it a little bit. Okay.
Nice.
Tip it up there. You can see
Yeah.
the light.
Oh
There
yeah.
it is.
So how'd you come up with that? What was the inspiration behind you?
I would always wear a braid around the
Mhm.
time, and I was really obsessed with dragons, so
So we went to Robin Parker Marsh and we asked her to design something. So she said, send a
Oh.
picture of Paden's side profile, and then came up with that whole thing for her because Paden
That's
wanted
so
to call her
cool.
business Bowing Dragon Designs.
Nice.
And so, yeah, really cool. Like made the dragon tail go into her braids. Was like all one piece and
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
That's
So do you plan to like do more with that eventually maybe?
probably.
Yeah. Just school right now though.
Yeah, just school.
And babysitting and pet fitting and
All of that stuff.
Yeah.
Too bad you're not close. We need both of that.
yeah, yeah. Well, you can fly her out. She doesn't mind traveling.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Perfect. We don't mind paying.
You go to Florida.
How much?
That's true. They're from California. It might be pretty
Yeah,
expensive.
that's not how much.
We'll keep her for the summer. She's good.
Right? Come out and
was-
experience Florida for a little bit.
Yeah.
Get a vacation. Meet the new member.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she's
Well-
in here because she sticks to the living room for some reason.
Yeah.
She won't
Well, but
pass
she
her
was
kitchen.
by herself and she heard us talking
That's
in here,
true.
so she's
And
probably
she's
like, "Oh,
probably
let me
like,
follow the
okay."
voices. I don't want to be by myself."
Lonely, got lonely.
Yep.
How is it having? I mean, so Tabitha, are the rest of your kids like interested in like what mom does? And I mean, dad helps as well, some too, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He handles communications a lot between us and the biggest supplier we have. And he comes up with outlandish ideas, and I have to like reel him in and go, okay, so that's not how it works.
Right.
But here's a version of that is doable.
Right.
Or he'll come up with random prices, and I'll have to say, okay, so I don't know where you came up with that number, but that's not going to work.
Right.
So he's the ideas man as well.
Yeah.
My son is 9, and we don't want him anywhere near the lasers. So
Really? Is he like a
fortunately-
ball?
No, he's all boy. And fortunately, he has no idea that these really exist. He's like, oh, cool, and just like walks away.
Mm.
But my 9-year-old daughter is kind of curious about the stuff, but she's not too sure about all of this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Luke's 9 because he's 11.
I was like, wait, 9 and 9?
Right.
Yeah, they're not twins. No.
I didn't think she had twins, but maybe.
No, definitely not.
So the 11-year-old is, wait, so do you have 2 boys and she's your only girl?
2 girls and then a boy.
2 girls and a boy. Oh, okay. And so the 11-year-old isn't really interested either?
Not yet. Occasionally if Paden's busy, then she'll help me pull orders, but anything more than that is just asking too much. So.
Yeah. JR wants to come and he wants to touch all the things, and I'm like, don't touch that. What's this? Can I have this? It's especially the keychain charms and stuff.
Yeah.
He wants all of them. Can I have this? Can I
Okay.
have this? And I'm like, not yet. Can I have? Not yet.
Yeah, my son does that.
Yeah, he wants to give it to all his friends and stuff too, and I'm like, I need to sell these for money, so I can't give you all of them. So your husband, does he work? He has a regular like job outside of the home?
He's got a few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
He works on the energy trading floor at an electric company.
Okay.
So pretty analytical, and then he is an adjunct professor at a university.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just for fun.
Right. Just why not?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Would you ever do that? Because a lot of people go into like actual like teaching with their profession. Because your friend did that, Corey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He would teach on the side. I don't know. No, I mean, if it was something that I wouldn't pursue it.
Yeah.
If I was asked, if I was like
You'd
on a
maybe
job or something, like,
consider it,
oh,
depending.
yeah, would you like a semester or something? I might, and maybe fall in love with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's something I would pursue.
No. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't.
No, because
my anxiety couldn't do that.
You are getting so much better with the conferences. Like you're calmer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
you kind of do it at conferences.
I do, and like I've had to do like speeches or like meetings like in my old job and stuff like that, and they would always tell me that I did really well, but they don't know that like on the inside like I'm dying, and that the amount of dying and worrying that I did like working up to that moment. And I know that I do get more comfortable as I do it, but it's also like I'm always surprised by how physically and mentally exhausting it is. That always kind of surprises me, because you don't think that like it's physically hard, because you're just talking to people and like teaching them stuff that you already know. But like it's a lot different than teaching people. I think I had some days with 2 classes and some days with 3, and then you're still talking and kind of teaching before and after that, not to a whole class. It's like 1 or 2 people or whatever. But I didn't realize how exhausting that is compared to just like sitting at my desk and making stuff or fulfilling orders or whatever. So I think like I don't know how teachers do it and then come home to like their own kids. I couldn't. And I don't really especially if it was kids. I mean, it might be different in the situation, but like I barely like mine sometimes. So I don't know that I could deal with like a bunch of, like 30 of other people's kids.
Yeah.
Probably easier for the super extroverts.
Yeah. And I used to be more extrovert, but I've become a lot more introvert as I've gotten older, and COVID definitely didn't help that.
Yeah. Having kids.
Yes. Oh my God. They definitely pushed that over, because it was one thing when it was 1 kid, but leaving the house with 2, I never really attempted. There was absolutely nothing fun about that, like with 1 person, because if 1 ran this way, then it's like, okay, so now I have to choose like which one I run after, or which one is pissed off and screaming. Is this one gonna piss that one off? Yeah, it's a whole lot.
Yeah, I think something like a workshop, maybe.
Yeah,
more so than
kind of like a conference.
Yeah, something like that, a little more so.
Yeah,
but
like here and there. or maybe like mentor somebody. I could see you mentoring somebody.
That I could probably do. That like one-on-one type deal, like an apprentice or something like that. Maybe more so than like, like a classroom.
Right. Oh, I know something we can talk about. Tabitha, you just started something new, and you just started a new Facebook group.
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So what made you want to start that, and what's it called?
It's Engraven in Power, and it's geared towards laser beginners. The groups have all gotten so big, and I do so much one-on-one behind the scenes with people that I just kind of thought if I could just, instead of doing one-on-one, just have a smaller group for people to come to. Just trying to give some words of wisdom, but also help people understand realistic expectations. Like so many people, and I think you even talked about this, bought a laser because you got excited, but you didn't really know the limitations of that.
Right.
So understanding, like, before you get a Glowforge, that you're not going to do tumblers on that.
Right.
Could really help you go a different direction. So just helping people out a little bit more on that. Pretty much it.
Cool. Well, Paden, keep us posted if you start up that business again, either during high school or after. And I mean, you got to experience one of my favorite things about the laser community is how much they come together when like things happen or when we need support. And I was telling somebody the other day about how Tabitha was that for me at the first conference, because I was like freaking out in my first class, and I couldn't, there was like the projector wasn't working, we're missing some kind of power cord, and she like walks up to me like super calm, what do you need? I was like, I don't know, it's not working. She's like, okay. And she like ran and like got it handled. And then like she kind of sat near the front, and she's like, you can look at me anytime you need to like look at somebody. Cause that's the hard part, is like with so many people, you don't know who to look at. And like you look at the wrong person and they're like either falling asleep or have a blank stare and it's uncomfortable. But yeah, and then we just rallied together, Tabitha included, for Heather and her family, because Bud just tragically lost his father the other day. It was super unexpected, and we all had to chip in and gave him a bunch of money for DoorDash and something called Spoon of Comfort, which is what you guys did for us as well when his grandmother passed. And it was huge when you're grieving and going through that, to not have to worry about like food or money for food or how you're gonna eat, because it's like the hardest thing when you're grieving is eating or like coordinating it.
Well, you don't feel like putting in that effort.
You don't want to like cook or if you can just like order something real quick and take the effort out, it's and then not have to pay for it is a bonus. So I'm glad the laser community was able to help you with your surgery and that kind of stuff too. So I can't wait to see what you do after high school, of course. Finish that first. Depends on if she has time.
Summers in between.
And sales.
Summers will be good.
Maybe one summer will take off and it'll take off.
Right.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for being on and spending some time with us. And we'll be back with our life update.
That.
And we're back.
That
was fun.
It's cool to have some like a different perspective on, and I'll be curious. I mean, I'm curious obviously just with JR again, if we do an interview with him of what he understands of like what mom does. So but we'll have to have you get some video of her later. She's
so if
she's
you notice
too large.
If you noticed the whole time I had my arm down here, it's because I was petting her. We got a new dog.
So this weekend, I had 2 dogs for the longest time. And then before we moved from Colorado to Florida, the oldest dog,
he passed. He had kidney failure.
And so he passed right before the move, which I would about a month, just under a month before the move, which if he was going to go that was most ideal, because it
Yeah.
just, the stress of moving and all that, especially if he wasn't feeling good, or I didn't want to do all that to him.
Right.
And he made the choice himself. He just couldn't control any of his what do you call it, functions,
Yeah.
bladder functions or whatever.
Then
and
he just stopped eating.
yeah, and then stopped eating. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
But he was our favorite. His name was
Mhm.
Ty. He was a Min Pin Husky mix.
Yep.
And then I also had
and tan.
I also had a Rat Terrier, and he did make the move with us, and he
Yeah.
was there for about 2 years. And then early on in COVID, I don't know why.
Tired all of a sudden. Yeah, he developed an ulcer.
Yeah,
on his eye.
and normal
behind his eye.
treatments weren't working.
Yeah.
And it came into quality of life and surgery and all that stuff, and he was 14.
Right.
So yeah. And then we had no dogs since then, so
Right.
since 2020. And we got pregnant soon after that, actually.
Right.
And so then it was like, okay, now's not
the right time to add.
Yeah, and we considered it a couple times, but I'm glad that we didn't, because
it would have been a lot on
I
you.
really would. Yeah, and that's why I didn't want one yet. And I it was hard to say, because I didn't see us being in this situation. Careful, Panda. Okay, in this situation as quickly, but I
Right.
was like, we're either going to have to wait until the kids are a lot older,
Right.
or until you have better hours, or you're home more.
Right.
Because it was already kind of it was already kind of like too much with the boys,
Right.
let alone something else that I
Right.
had to feed and keep alive. It was like, this is enough.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So, and we didn't want kids and more kids.
Right.
And it's kind of like a kid.
Right.
And so
we didn't want. Still, she's 2 years old.
Right.
Yeah. So we don't want.
We didn't want a puppy. We didn't want to deal with, basically a newborn.
Right.
And all that comes with that.
Right.
So I'm trying really hard not to yawn.
So yeah, she's an English bulldog,
Hit me like
2
a ton
years
of
old.
bricks.
She's also black and tan. Well, she's
Yeah.
tricolor, but the only white she
She's
has
mostly
is
black and tan.
on the top of her head. And a
She
little
has
bit on her
some, I
chest.
think, on her chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so how it actually happened was, there was one that my friend Dylan posted. She posts a lot of cats and dogs that need homes, and she had posted one that needed a home, and he was a Pomsky. So Pomeranian and Husky. But he looked a lot like Ty.
Yeah,
he had Ty's coloring, and he just looked like bigger.
Yeah, the
because
Husky.
he was there. We're both half Husky,
Yeah.
and his name was John Boy.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, this could kind of be perfect. And so,
but he was a boy, and you wanted a girl.
I did want a girl, because I'm way outnumbered. So we have the girls and the pets, Piggy and Panda, and then PP. And then so I was telling my neighbor about that we were actually going to, I don't even know why I told her, but that we were going to look at a dog this weekend. And she was like, oh, well, my friend's retiring, or not friends, a breeder I know from like a friend is retiring some. And they, she sent a couple pictures, and they were all super adorable. Yeah. And we're like, so we called him, and he was like, yeah, I have one, she's 2, never had puppies. And so we're like, oh, well, let's go see both of them. So we went and saw both of them. And we've briefly talked about, I think on the podcast, about how the incident with JR about a year or 2 ago, where they were on a bike ride, and 2 dogs, were kind of barking and getting all riled up by them passing by, and broke through the fence.
They didn't really break through the fence.
Yeah, the fence opened.
Yeah, they leaned
and
on.
So then
they jumped up on the fence, and the door,
Right.
open. They were for a
Kind
split
of
second.
surprised that it
They were
opened,
surprised
yeah.
just as much as I was, and then
Yeah.
they came start running towards us,
And
and
you
I had to I had to like yell at them
yell at 'em to
sternly
stop,
to
yeah.
stop, and luckily they did.
Yeah, they
They were
listened.
well trained, and
Yeah.
they went back, but that did kind of scared
the crap out of
JR.
JR.
And ever since then, he's been a little weary.
Very, very like
Yeah.
cautious. I mean, if it's a hyper bigger
Yeah.
dog,
And
he's
that's that
climbing up us to like try
Yeah.
and like
that's
get
that
away.
the dogs never even really made it to like they stopped
Right.
in the middle of their lawn, so
Yeah.
like they didn't even come anywhere near him for him
Right.
to. But I guess
It was enough.
my
of a-
reaction
Yeah.
to them, like we had. I mean, obviously, I knew the neighbors had those dogs, but we had
Mhm.
never had any interaction with
Right.
those dogs, so I didn't know. And they were, I hate to, blame a breed,
Right.
but they look like American Bulldogs / pit bull mixes,
Right.
or maybe all
Yeah.
of one or the other, and there was two of them. So it's like, I had to, but luckily, like I said,
They
as soon as
listened,
I
yeah.
yelled, they stopped in their tracks and they went back in, and
Yeah.
the neighbor was super apologetic, and I was like, well, no, they listened, so
Yeah.
kudos to you guys on that.
Right.
But I want to let you know that that gate is open now, and all they did
Right.
was like jump on
Barely
it, and it
touched
opened.
Yeah.
So just letting you know for
Yeah.
in case they get out, or
Right.
something else happens and maybe they don't listen.
Right. Yeah.
But that traumatized him a bit, and
Yeah.
so when we went to go see Panda, because she was first up on our
Yeah. on our
visiting
stop,
list,
Yeah.
she's super sweet.
So
She's
like shy and like
yeah,
she like army crawls up to them to
Mhm.
be like, do you want to pet
to
me?
pet, yeah,
Like really nice and
Mhm.
gentle, and
And
like
they
just
went- they-
she doesn't try to jump on him at all. I think the worst thing that is every once in a while she gets close and like her cold nose or her tongue will like
right.
touch them and they're like, oh
Yeah, I think
But-
since she's so stocky,
hmm
they get a little spooked because she's coming up, and I mean,
Right.
she doesn't come up with any kind of speed.
No.
She's not a speed demon
No.
at all. She's not bulldozing them
Mm-mm.
or anything. But she does come up to them, and they
Really
kind of like,
chill.
they kind of back up a little
Mhm.
bit. But then she like, as they back up, she waddles over, and then they end up petting her, and they fell in love with her right away. They were open to her. She was really
Yeah. I knew it was going to be tough for John Boy
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they weren't scared at all.
at all.
And usually they're still like a
Yeah.
little cautious.
Mhm.
And then we went to go see John Boy right after, and John Boy had a lot of energy.
Yeah, he
and
was the opposite.
if it wasn't for, I said there, if it wasn't for the fact that, like, if we didn't have kids, like, he probably still would have come home with us.
If it was only JR, because JR was warming up to him a little
and
bit.
he was like giving him treats and stuff
telling
like that.
him to sit, and he almost did paw, like,
Right.
he almost grabbed his
Yep.
paw for paw. So
He
like,
was getting more comfortable.
mhm,
Yeah.
and I feel like John Boy would have like calmed down
Yeah.
once he got into as well.
Right.
But just the fact that had we not seen Panda,
Right.
maybe we would have had John Boy and
Yeah,
been
but
trying to train.
it was night and day.
But it was
Yeah.
it was just so like they took to her so well. And then
Mhm.
she's an English bulldog. I kind of
She's
had
cute.
always wanted an English bulldog.
Me
so
too.
so yeah. So she went out, and we picked her up yesterday
Mhm.
as when we're recording this podcast.
Yeah.
So well, I mean, this releases on Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
So we picked her up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had a spay appointment, and it wasn't until the 17th, and we couldn't wait that long.
Right. Yeah. We really
So
we want.
contacted
When he
the vet.
told me the 17th, I was like, nah, we gotta let's take her. And
Yeah.
we'll arrange it on
Yeah.
our side.
So
which
she'll be spayed
it's
in 2
funny because
weeks.
she'll be spayed on the 22nd, which is
Yeah,
even
long,
later, but
but-
she'll be with us
Yeah.
until then.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
we're excited.
yeah, we got a dog.
We got a doggy. Her name is Panda. Check out the Instagram, our Instagram and Facebook if you want to see
I'll have
her.
video. Well, I'll have video on.
oh, yeah.
On
Okay.
this.
And then
I'll get video of her.
yeah, her video is doing really well. The last I checked, it has like 140 likes.
Her introduction
Yeah, I'm
video.
just gonna have to. What I'm gonna have to do is just make her do all my content.
Yeah.
And then I'll
She's
go
gonna be
viral.
the star of.
Yeah, totally.
She's gonna be the mascot of Riley Black.
Just gotta put her all over it so that people watch and like. And then we talked a little bit about this.
Yep.
In the
It's
beginning.
not our backdrop.
It's not our
main-
backdrop. It
no.
does look kind of cool though.
It does.
I mean,
does.
so
And maybe
maybe
if we
it's the
painted-
backup plan.
If we painted it black, and
Mhm.
it would work.
Yeah.
We can make it work, but it's not.
Lights behind it, maybe?
I mean, yeah, but it's not our backdrop.
No.
So
Well, it might be if this one fails. I don't think it's gonna fail because it looks
No.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we have one and a half more little steps to finish it up.
this could be the backdrop if anyone like rented out our space.
Mm,
We just put it
True.
in front, and then we can
yeah.
light it up and stuff
Good idea.
for the future.
That's all we got.
yeah.
For now, I think. What
Yeah,
else? There
like,
was something
subscribe.
else.
Watch the YouTube.
Yes, get those those
Yes.
watch hours up. This?
Yes, stop doing that.
Don't do that. It's terrible for editing and annoyances and
It's
just
for our for them, for
Sorry.
listening.
sorry.
Doesn't
guys.
sound good, right?
But yeah, so we're nearing
Subscribe to Patreon.
1,400 hours, and we need
Yeah.
3,000.
Yeah.
So we're almost halfway.
Yeah.
But
Almost halfway.
not quite yet. So help us get there.
Yeah.
And join Patreon if you haven't already.
Yep. It's only $4 a month.
Do all the things.
It's been another great episode of the Ride Back Project. Chris and John.
Bye. And Panda.
And Panda.
Maybe we're all done.
Are you tired of endlessly joining jump rings?
There's gotta be an easier way.
Are your wrists aching after numerous orders? Introducing Keychain Thingies, the time-saving solution for anyone making keychains.
It's so fast and easy.
These revolutionary plastic thingies make large or multiple orders a snap. So easy, even a child can do it.
That was so easy.
So what are you waiting for? Go to keychainthingies.com and order now. Keychain Thingies will change your life. However, they should not be used to cure any medical ailments, repair broken relationships, or help lose weight. Do not use Keychain Thingies unless you want to save time and aggravation.